Oh, hello, party people. I used to know someone, and we used to talk. I feel like I say that a lot. So and so used to talk. It's just a pattern in my life. What can I say? Um, we were having a discussion about like dating in general, and was she a romantic interest of mine? I mean, I met her on a dating app. I mean, if that answers your question. Anyway, we were talking, and she made a note to point out that East Asian people are winning right now. Like, as in, we are becoming more and more mainstream, more and more popular. So I sort of got what she was talking about, but I asked her to elaborate. She told me that K-pop. I wish I didn't have to narrow it down like that, because like C-pop exists, J-pop exists, J-rock, C-rock, K-rock, all these other blends of music, right? But it's not just that; it's also the culture itself. Um, Here's my opinion on this. Korean food is want to address that first. Is more balanced than other cultures, especially in East Asia. They do have a slightly more emphasis on vegetables, though, that other East Asian countries don't normally associate with. Um, Kimchi, for example, is fermented cabbage. Now, I'm sure they have their own form of bok choy. They This is not to say that they don't eat meat. It's just meat doesn't always have to be the centerpiece of a meal. Um, if you look at China, from my personal experience being Americanized and whatnot, I've never been to China, nor do I plan to go, because I think I would not be graciously welcomed, since I am not fluent, and I have not been fluent even as a child. There's a long story behind that, but let's go with that. Chinese food, like real Chinese food, authentic Chinese food that you actually go to China for, uh, that is a country that is very emphatic about their meat. They are very open to many different dishes containing meat, whether that be duck, beef, pork, chicken, a lot of other animals that some people aren't comfortable talking about being eaten, of course. And Japanese food, I found, is a mixture of both, as in vegetables and meat. I think they're very well balanced about that. Does meat typically cost more in Japan? I mean, like, there's only so much land to build farms in Japan. That's what I feel like. They're basically a group of islands isolated from a bit of the rest of the world. Um, where China is the square feet, the acres, the miles, or whatever. It's like there's a lot of room there. There's a lot of room, but everyone tends to integrate into one area, which you can argue is just like America. Like, the most popular places tend to have a high population, and with a high population comes more odds and chances of things happening between people. So why is K-pop so popular? Let me read you guys what I gathered here from Google AI. So I googled, why is K-pop so popular? K-pop's global popularity stems from its addictive blend of catchy music, stunning visuals like high production MVs, music videos, fashion, complex choreography, and intense idol training, amplified by strategic use of social media like YouTube and TikTok and technology for global success. It fosters strong fan communities through unique content, reality shows, virtual events, and relatable idols, creating a rich, multifaceted cultural phenomenon that transcends language barriers with elements of diversity and inclusion. Now, what are we talking about here? We're talking about music and performance, high production value. K-pop offers polished music videos, catchy hooks, and elaborate synchronized dance routines. Genre fusion. It blends pop, hip-hop, R&B, and electronic music with unique Korean sensibilities, creating a distinct sound. Talented idols. Artists undergo rigorous training to master singing, rapping, and dancing, appearing as visually appealing and highly skilled performers. So, just from that, there's more to it, but So I guess you call her friend, the friend I mentioned at the beginning of the video, she was trying to explain to me why East Asian people, but men specifically, were winning at the moment, as in the slang term for winning. I didn't know what to make of that, because like it's implying that diversity is a really big factor, right? Now, personally, this is me personally, I don't think that I look like a typical East Asian person. I don't think I do, because I'm mixed. For those that don't know, my mom is Vietnamese and Chinese, and my dad is Cambodian. You can make the argument that everyone else's ancestry came from China. And the reason being is because China tends to have the oldest artifacts and the oldest form of scripture and just documents in general that date back to what East Asia was known as at the moment. The Three Kingdoms, Wei Wu and Shu, the how many Three Kingdoms games are there out there? Come on. The romance of the Three Kingdoms. And all that was recorded before other parts of Asia were either known or inhabited. So, in my opinion, and from my research and understanding, everything starts in China. And we're talking about thousands, maybe more years ago, that all this stuff was recorded, that no other country can have that kind of resources they had back then. So if you're talking in terms of age, that is essentially where the origin comes from. It's again, you can argue against me all you want about that, but hey, whatever. But anyway, I don't think I look like a typical Asian person. Now, I will admit, I was talking to someone the other day about this. I think if I grew up, obviously in China or some other East Asian country, I would be able to tell what a lot of Asian people look like and how they look differently. I'm not afraid and ashamed to admit this, but right now, I can't tell the difference. Like, obviously, this sounds like, it goes without saying, but this sounds like obvious, but if I looked in a mirror, I'd be able to be like, oh, that's me. But if some of the members of these K-pop groups, for example, looked in the mirror, I don't see the differences that they see. And I don't pick up on these things because I didn't grow up with it. So, if I was in a sea of a population, like at a subway waiting to catch a train or bullet train or whatever, I would be very confused as to who looks like who, and I don't know. I mean, because like I said, I don't think I fit the stereotype. My jawline is a little bit different so I've been told is more like pointed, more emphatic than other East Asian people's jawlines. Um, so I've been told my head looks rounder. If I had a buzz cut or shaved off all my hair, you would be able to see it much easier. Because then it'd be essentially almost a circle. And typically, Asian people do not have eccentric jawlines or circular faces. Like the only Asian people that I know with circular faces are somewhat the ones who possess more weight, as in not necessarily overweight, but they weigh a bit more than the average weight of an Asian person, which kind of says a lot because most Asian people are skinny. Will there always be someone out there who is a little bit overweight or even overweight? Of course. But the typical population is slim. Now, is that an average? I think it's close to an average. From what I've seen, in the media and whatnot. And yeah, like we've all seen BTS. We that's the only one that comes to mind. I mean, like, I'm not huge into it. There are some C-pop music that I've listened to. There's some J-rock music I've listened to. But in terms of culture, I don't exactly follow the trends in K-pop and K-rock personally. Um, am I impressed when I see like a K-pop video or performance? Of course. Um, do I think the members of the band look extremely similar? Yes. I'm sorry if that's somewhat racist, but like at least I can admit it. At least I'm not like other Asian people, Americanized Asian people out there who say don't be racist. Like they clearly look different by blah blah blah, and I'm like no, that looks the same to me. Like you're not gonna be able to convince me and see what I see compared to seeing what you see. That's not the way population grows and understands each other. Now, and I would have Asian American people pointing that out to me. I'm like, how do you know if you were born and raised in America? And like, how would you know the differences between whoever Asian people, what they look like? I, I didn't get it. I mean, am I way off base here? Like, I would say especially the ones that work in the music industry because they have a look that works. They have a formula into like their hairstyle, whatever makeup they use, and like fitness and all that. They have a mold for what it takes for an idol to be successful, and I don't see that mold being broken anytime soon. Because let me put it this way: in terms of, if you look at some of the stars of BTS, right? They're visually appealing because they don't look flawed at all. Like physically, they're in shape. They're to a certain extent, I don't know, musically gifted or intelligent, or their intelligence, stems from that area. They can sing, they can rap, and they can dance. So, I mean, what else do you want? If there's more to a boy band than that, I have no idea. And you can even make the argument of girl bands, and or as they call them, female idols. Excuse me. But yeah, so apparently we're winning, guys. So like, this was a few years ago, and it hasn't slowed down, in my opinion. Like I guess we're winning at the moment. I didn't know that. Wow, thank you for clearing that out for me. That we're winning. Okay. Anyway, guys, I just thought I'd make a quick video about that. I get it. Like I see why, especially females, are fans of that genre of music, that look, that personality, and I get it. I mean, is language a barrier? I mean, it doesn't have to be, but like, do a lot of these American people, do they speak the language? Probably not. They might know a few words here and there, especially from listening to music, but let's be real. They're not planning on moving to Asia at any point. You can make the argument maybe Japan, but like nobody's planning to move to like a certain part of South Korea just because that's where the music scene is. Okay. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Maybe I'm not informed being an Asian person. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Maybe I'm not qualified to make. Alright. Well, again, guys, I was disappointed no one showed up to my Christmas stream, but that's fine. I did give short notice, but the people that I did inform about it, unfortunately, I didn't see anyone. It was a pretty quiet night. So on the bright side, I didn't get any bots or anything, so. Okay. Well, take care of yourselves and each other, guys.